The title. We're dropping little pieces of U2 trivia. Do you know what the title refers to? The Unforgettable Fire.
Martin Luther King Jr.?
No. Lindsay Lohan's pubic hair.
Oh, wow, because she's a redhead.
She's a fire crotch.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's a little piece of trivia that I didn't know.
So wait, my thing about this album...
Well, I haven't talked about what I like about it yet.
Oh, my God, okay.
Okay, so I get it on Christmas Day. I don't know if the warehouse is even open on Christmas Day.
Did an old man really give it to you?
No, a relative gave me a gift certificate.
Oh, right, to the warehouse.
And to where? The warehouse. I
Sound Warehouse.
called...
No, it's not.
It's not.
Place.
I'm not even here.
I called up the warehouse because I don't know. At this point, I'm a 14-year-old boy. I'm a little boy. I don't know how things work. I called up the warehouse. I'm like, "Excuse me, are you open on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
I got this $10 gift certificate burning
a hole in your pocket.
What? Oh,
Fire crotch.
fire crotch, of course.
Burning a hole in your...
By the way, I had red pubic hair that I just started to grow at this point. I'm thinking, this record is about me.
So wait,
it's
you're
about the
14,
changes going on in my body.
You hadn't purchased an album yet?
No, I this can't be my first album. I'm sure I had a couple at the time, but at this point in I had sports. We talked about Huey Lewis Sports last time. But I think I'd gotten a lot of records through that 1 penny for 10 record deals, the Columbia Warehouse.
Oh, yeah.
I got in some of those. But this, I recall, is one of the first times I actually went out with my own money, even though this technically is not money, and it's not my own since someone gave it to me. But all money is kind of given to you by other people, so I'm going to call it my own money.
Okay.
Went out, purchased...
You don't have to follow every thought.
Have you not heard this show before? I went out and bought this record on Christmas Day. By the way, they were open. Record stores,
thank God,
were open on Christmas Day and I started to think,
because of gift certificates.
That's what I'm saying.
I used to do that. I used to go to the warehouse on Christmas Day with my gift certificate.
Mm-hmm. And you'd buy something with it.
Yeah. Speaking of gift certificates, here's the thing about gift certificates. Because we do have that money podcast as well, the one.
Oh yeah, we should check in with that.
Talking about money.
Yeah. Okay. Here, let's do another episode of Talking About Money. Okay. Hey, we're here talking about money with Mr. Money himself, Scott.
Hey, Scott here, talking about money. We're talking about gift certificates and gift cards today.
Hey, guys, if you ever get a gift card or a gift certificate, it acts just like cash.
Just like cash for a specific place, but here's the thing, folks. Use it, don't lose it.
And
wise words.
Spend it all in one place.
Who's this guy?
Hey, this guy.
Hey, it's me, Small Change.
Small Change.
Hey,
coming
talking
in,
about money.
Trying to
head full of steam.
Trying to buzzkill the buzzkill.
Never mind the buzzkills. This has been Talking About Money with your host, Scott.
And your partner up there in the bank, Scott.
Talk about gas money, dollar bills, y'all. Come on now.
Oh, good episode.
That's
one of our best.
I think the thing about talking about money is that people need advice about money, how to spend it, how to save it.
Mm-hmm. They do. Hey, it looks like I just got an email from a buddy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a buddy named Scott.
Oh yeah.
You sent me an email with a picture of myself that you
Harris,
just took.
You just stepped in here. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. One of the things we've been talking about is email. Email is
it's
so
a pretty
convenient.
good system.
This podcast couldn't be less about you two if you tried.
Let's just cover email here a little bit.
How about we skip ahead a little bit? And because I know, like, the walk home from the warehouse, that all happened. When you listen to it.
Are you getting more impatient because Harris is looking at us? Because this is the kind of stuff we talked about on the last
added
episode.
Pressure.
We talked a lot about just how we heard the record, our you know what I mean? Just because Harris is sitting here judging us.
What did you see on the walk home?
What are your impressions now, though,
okay,
when you
I listened to it today.
Yeah.
I've long said it is my favorite U2 record. I listened to it today. I will say it is not as consistent as War. War, every song is great.
Right.
We talked about that on the last episode.
Right.
Their most consistent record, perhaps. I think on The Unforgettable Fire, there's 10 songs. I would say number 8 and number 9, that's Indian Summer Sky and Elvis Presley in America, are terrible.
Okay.
I think those songs are garbage.
Okay.
It is a testament to how much I love songs 1 through 7 and 10. I love those songs, and those are probably my favorite U2 songs on a record. That said, I can't call it a great record because it has 2 clunkers on it. What am I to do?
Let's put song number 1 on.
I say skip them.
How about, can we take a quick break?
We need to take a break?
Or no, I'm just going to grab a water while you figure out your stupid fucking
What do you mean? I literally just picked it up. It's on here right now, and I just started the song. How is that? All right, this is A Sort of Homecoming. This is track number 1. Harris, are you getting this in your cans?
It's low, but I'm hearing it.
Well, turn up your fucking headphones. All right, this is the first track. This is the first song, A Sort of Homecoming. I love this song. I love the sound of this record. I love the atmosphere.
Yeah, this is a really good song. But I will say that I think that, yes, this is a great song, but I feel like there's still, like, songwriting-wise, one more breakthrough to happen. And it happens with the next album. They're still stuck in this... The production is innovative, but the songwriting still hasn't become...
What do you not like about the songwriting in this particular song? The lyrics? The way he's saying "oh ho ho" instead of singing actual lyrics? Would you prefer he be quoting Proust?
Maybe this is not the greatest example. Okay, because this is a really, really good song.
Let's go to track 2. Then you got Pride in the Name of Love.
Okay.
Classic.
Which I gotta say, like, I love this song. I think, like, the live version from Rattle and Hum is way better.
That's a great version. I will say that.
I feel like the production on this album is really good, but it's not fully integrated.
As rocking as you want it to be.
Well, no, it just feels a little antiseptic.
Okay. Here we go to Wire. Now, I say the first 5 songs on this record, impeccable, unimpeachable.
This, to me, sounds like a song from Boy or October that's been produced really well. I don't think it's a great song.
Which, by the way, this is the first time that his signature guitar playing, it really clicks in.
Yeah.
You know, with the reverb. The ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding, the kind of reverb pedal he's using.
But do you see what I mean about, like, this being kind of an early-ish U2 song? Like, the songwriting just isn't that.
I don't know.
It isn't as... And
this is Harris, you got something for this?
This is the Chili Peppers?
Shut up. All right. Nice day! All right, here we go to The Unforgettable Fire. Sort of it was a single, but didn't do well. Now, this is second only to Pride in the Name of Love, as far as I'm concerned. This is a great song.
See, I think every song on Joshua Tree is better than this song.
Wow.
Is Joshua Tree that's the best album?
No, I mean, we've talked about it. We don't know. We haven't discovered it yet.
It's like their Michael Jackson. It's the album that sold like 50 million copies or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's not like a true fan's favorite album.
Well, I don't know. I would say a lot of fans, how can you disagree with it?
No, you can't. It's
like
perfect.
saying you don't like Ziggy Stardust.
Or the White Album or something.
Yeah, you know.
What's the other contender?
Well, we talked a lot about War last time.
War is the other contender.
This is a fan favorite, Unforgettable Fire. And I think it's slightly...
I think, you know what a lot of people would say would be, Achtung!
Baby!
There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think that would be a lot of people's favorite.
Okay.
I think Achtung Baby's pretty perfect.
Wait, do you mean...
Achtung! Baby!
All right, this is kind of a mellow one, but I love the vibe of this.
What is this song?
Promenade.
Right.
And I think once it gets into the chorus is fantastic as well. We don't have time for that. And then 4th of July, another great song. This was a jam that Brian Eno recorded. Apparently, they were just fucking around the studio. He recorded it, mastered it, and put it to tape so that no overdubs could happen because he just thought it was like,
Really?
This is perfect. I don't want the band fucking around with this anymore.
This is just an instrumental?
This is just an instrumental, yeah.
See, I think that the next album, they take this experimentation and really
add words.
It gels into true like greatness. Whereas this is them getting used to this new way of approaching.
I love
When
this
was this
song.
album recorded?
When?
Yeah.
1983, I would think.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's a 23-year-old. They're all
He's a
23.
little boy.
He's a little, not as little as me.
Yeah. Well, you
I mean-
were 2 feet tall. He was.
Me?
He was 3 feet at least.
Yeah.
I'm what, 3 years younger than you? So
Yeah.
You were 1 foot.
I was 1 foot tall.
Yeah, that's the ratio. Is 3 years younger, 1 foot shorter.
I was just a little zygote waddling around.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have side 2 starts with, again, one of the best.
One of their best songs. But again, I think the version on Wide Awake in America is better. See, all the live versions of these songs feel so much more alive. I think this album is a little, like, stilted.
That is something they talked about. They sort of figured out how to play these songs live, and they opened them up and became...
Because the version on Wide Awake in America...
That's fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah. And this is the song they played... We said we were going to talk about Live Aid. This is the song they played for Live Aid that made them superstars.
Yeah.
Live hands you live. Make a live hand.
Are you okay?
We'll see him more on the
gave me
next
heartburn.
episode.
But there's a very significant thing that happened at Live Aid. which
Okay,
was-
here's what happens at Live Aid. They go on in the middle of the day. They're not superstars at this point. You have think about all the people who went on after them at Live Aid. Queen, David Bowie, you know, I think even Duran Duran went after them. You know, so they're not big.
Right.
They do Live Aid. They come off stage. They go, "Wow, we fucked that up." They're quoted as saying, "We messed up Live Aid." They thought they did a terrible, shitty job of it.
Really?
And messed it up. Yes. What happens is during this song, Bono goes out into the crowd. I don't know if this is premeditated because I feel like he did it in a few shows. I feel like it was premeditated.
Yeah, that was like his thing.
But at the time, it just seemed so cool. He goes out into the crowd, finds a woman in the front row, and while the band plays the song behind them, he just hugs her.
Yes.
And she's crying because it's like, it's fucking Live Aid, it's the middle of the summer, it's hot as fuck. And Bono, this weirdo from Liverpool, comes over, one of the original lads from Liverpool.
Yeah, the Fab Four.
The Fab Four comes over. You got a rock star. She's been looking up at his, you know, from
Buttocks
below.
and nostrils.
Yeah. Buttocks and nostrils. That's all she's seen up to this point. He comes down into the crowd, hugs her. She's crying. It's a lot like, we'll talk about this in a further episode, but your castmate on Parks and Recreation, Amy Poehler, I remember when U2 played on SNL and she was on SNL.
Yeah. He did that to her.
He did that. He didn't come over and hug her, but
he did.
He did hug
Yeah.
her? Oh, okay. Maybe that was off camera. Well, the part I remember is they played a third song. Something about being that close to what's happening.
Yeah.
It made her cry. I think it's just like the situation, and you have this one of the biggest stars in the world there, and it just makes you like melt down.
Well, here's the thing I was going to say that was significant about Live Aid is at the time
you call it Live Aid?
Live Aid. The Police, the biggest band in the world.
Oh, the band, the Police,
without question, finished their set, and as they were finishing, U2 walks out, and the Police hand their instruments over to U2 for them to finish the song and then start their set. So they were anointed, because the Police were like, we hate each other and we're done, and they were passing the baton saying, these guys are the next big ones.
But they had to play that whole show with batons.
Yeah, it was a difficult. That's one of the reasons they thought they fucked up is because it was all baton work.
They were hitting the strings of their guitars with the batons. So
that's a thing you want to happen at a U2 show is he hugs you. You want like that. That's a thing.
Well, I mean, it's like
no, he did. I remember he did it
He did it for like a year. That whole tour.
No, he did Achtung Baby. He did the same thing. He would bring a girl up on stage and just hug them.
He sings and he just hugs them. That's weird.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Especially he's been doing a whole show. He's probably a little stinky.
Yeah.
He's probably needs a little touch of the Irish Spring, if you know what I mean.
The soap. Hey, how about we play the version of Bad from Wide Awake in America?
All right, let's see if we can do that. Here we go.
Oh, do you think you can do that? Jesus.
Is it true that he mailed his hat one time, first class, on an airplane?
You mean bought a ticket for his hat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did he mail his hat?
Once too.
That he left it behind in Australia.
And so he bought just put it in coach.
Yeah.
They buckled it in and everything.
Really? They had to do that?
That's the story.
There's no way. That has to be bullshit.
First of all, on this live version of Bad, you got these keyboards edition, which sound pretty good.
You can hear the hand claps from the crowd.
Oh, was that the crowd? I assume that was the Temptations behind them.
Oh, it might be the Temptations.
That's a good song. Bad is one of the greatest songs that they do, in my opinion. But then you start to get into some dodgy material on the Unforgettable Fire.
Towards the end.
Well, the second side is Bad, then two shitty songs, and then MLK.
Elvis Presley in America is awesome.
Really?
Put that on.
I just listened to it today.
I think it's really good. That's the one I would always put on mixes for girls.
You and your girl mixes, by the way. Did you remember anything else from the story that we talked about last time about you writing, plagiarizing, being the Shia LaBeouf of Dire Straits? Harris, basically, he would write down lyrics and call them poems he'd written.
No.
And then he got busted by the girls.
You gotta do a skywriting apology to Dire Straits.
I do. I think I will.
All right, this is Elvis Presley in America.
I think this is good. And the girls would be like, "This song's crazy. Who is this?" It'd be like, "It's U2. I've never heard this song." Yeah, well, I have all their stuff.
Can I fuck you now? All right.
This is good. It's very.
I don't know.
You don't like this one. It's not really there isn't really a chorus.
Yeah, I don't know that I love it sounds like it's half finished, which I think that Bono did talk about in some of the stuff I've read about this record. He felt a lot of the songs were half finished.
They say that whenever an album doesn't
especially pop. Pop was not ready. What happens with a lot of these? You know what's interesting? And we haven't talked about this. These guys take years to do these records now. They just sit around dicking around in the studio. Who can afford that? These guys, obviously. But it's a lot like, I don't know if you watch Parenthood, one of your sister shows. Yeah. But they have this subplot that's been going on all season about a band who's at the luncheonette who's recording their record. We all know how the music industry actually works. They probably have 7 days in the studio to do this. They've been recording it all year. They're doing a U2 schedule where they're like, we have 1 month to finish one song.
But is that band, in the context of the show, are they supposed to be a big successful band?
No, they're not.
Oh, they're not.
No one's ever heard of them, and they've been recording this record for a year now. It's crazy. Let me play a little MLK while you figure out what the fuck you're going to say.
Very beautiful, very beautiful song.
What were you going to say?
I like your imitation of what a girl would say to me after I play the Elvis Presley in America. What would they say?
No, you would say, "Can I fuck you now?" They go, "Yeah."
Or no.
More likely, yeah. It's a lot like your conversations with Naomi, I'm sure. It's just like, just stop talking about U2.
Yeah.
Get in me.
Go ahead. There's a very nice moment in Rattle and Hum when he sings this before With or Without You or something?
Something like that. We'll talk about Rattle and Hum.
Oh, will we?
Will we? We'll get to all of this. That is Unforgettable Fire. So you think that it's tentative?